So this is the substation 3480.
Substation, yeah, substation I.
How many substations are there in Independence?
Just tell me it's 15. I don't know.
15?
Okay.
So there's a gate, there's
It's enclosed.
enclosed wire gate.
It's an enclosed substation. The reason why it's enclosed is for the cosmetic value. We don't like them enclosed, but that's for cosmetics because of the general public.
Cosmetic, so that you don't have just the wire fence.
Right. You have chain link fence.
Alrighty.
Okay. So underneath the substation is what we call a grounded mat.
A grounded mat underneath this rock?
Yes.
Okay.
What it is all kinds of copper lines running underneath there to take it to Mother Earth. You see, everything here is grounded. Every piece of equipment, every steel structure is grounded.
On concrete?
It hits the mat. It goes down the concrete and into the mat.
And the mat is grounded.
The mat is the ground.
That's the copper.
That's the copper.
Okay.
So, not knowing, but when they cut this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
When they cut it, if they were get on this end and this end, it will kill them.
Okay, if they were to get on...
If they grab here,
right,
and here, and cut that out of the middle,
oh. So how much, when they do that, how much does that copper cost to replace it?
Copper itself, the price of the copper is not very much. Like a 2-foot piece is probably $20, but the labor involved, or the other thing is involved, if we had a lightning storm or of course a human being grab it, then we'd have a lot more issues. But if lightning got in this substation without that protection, that it could destroy all this equipment.
And this equipment is millions in dollars, right?
Yes. Yeah, that transformer right there is about 1.5 million.
So the 3 green big boxes?
The 2 big green ones are about
1.5 million?
Yep.
How many voltage you say?
69,000 volts.
69,000 volts just from this one substation.
Yes.
And how many substations does Independence have?
15.
15. That's a math question.
What we have here is switches. These are switches. These here are breakers that you can open and close to isolate. Them are lightning arresters up there in case lightning gets into the substation. It goes through them. It goes to ground.
Oh, I see.
The big canisters on top
Uh-huh.
are across that side. What we call lightning arresters. And if lightning gets into the substation, the lightning hits that and it takes it to ground. But if they cut the ground off at the ground, it has no place to go, and that's why it blows everything up.
And that's why people then we wouldn't have electricity, plus it costs so much money for the taxpayers.
Well, they're still in the copper, and it leaves the substation exposed. These are all cooling fans, which they steal them too. They steal the control cables, which causes the transformer to overheat and go bad or kick out. Interruption of electricity.
And do they know what they're doing when they come in here? Do they understand the risk?
Oh, they do not understand the risk.
They
things they do that a qualified person would never do.
Well, that an intelligent person would never do. Qualified or intelligent, right?
It grounds the fence.
So even the fence is grounded.
Yes, anything metal is conductive.
So what if they were to come in and cut that off?
Then there's a risk of someone touching the fence and getting shocked. Probably not enough to kill you, but enough to get you shocked.
So do you think they could get that? They couldn't really get that off because without being shocked, could they?
That's what I say. If you take this and cut it, and you grab the other end, you could be the conductor.
Yeah. Well, and those things that are attached to the barbed wire.
That's called split bolts.
Yeah. So it's not like you can cut it off in. I guess you could cut it off in pieces, but.
They do it every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Dumb people. Okay. All right.
Now, only other risk you're having.
So there's some more grounding wire.
All this shit is one other thing that's kind of funny. You can, besides, you got the human contributor to all this fault, for electricity to fail. You also have the internet and cyber. You can attack these places because they can hack it. And there's one other thing that gets to electricity.
What's that?
Squirrels.
A squirrel.
And the squirrel will eat that wire because the insulation is made with some kind of a nut. And that's the dip is what we call the thing going underground.
Why would it be made with a nut?
They make it out of some kind of nut or sweet thing that squirrels like.
And they get on the, where do they get?
They sit on that wire, on that pipe or that pole, and they chew into that wire. And what happens is they get electrocuted, but they also knock the source of power.
Yeah, they become a crispy critter on a stick.
Yeah. There are probably the most, if you really think about it, besides the copper theft, probably our number one reason for an outage is because of squirrels in Independence.
Number one outage is because of squirrels?
For squirrels, yeah.
Wow.
Squirrels chew up everything. Anything that's black up there and a coating of a wire has something they like, and so they chew it up.
So that would be something then to figure out something that they don't like, huh?
So your number one reason for an outage is squirrels. Number two is copper theft, and number three is cyber. They can attack your system at any given point.
Alrighty.